Most loyalty programs are broken, not because brands don't care, but just because they're building loyalty in a world that doesn't exist anymore. If you're still treating loyalty like points, discounts, and the occasional email blast, 2026 is going to be painful for you because acquisition is getting harder, bots are eating up your ads, and customers are quietly switching brands without telling you why. So in this video, I want to walk you through the loyalty checklist that every brand needs in 2026. It's based on real data from the 2026 Customer Loyalty Report that we've just created, which is built on answers from 2,400 shoppers and over 600 brands across the health, beauty, and wellness industries around the world. What customers expect, where brands are missing the mark, and what actually moves repeat purchases today. So you better stick around because one item on this checklist alone could change how your customers see your brand. Now let's get into it. Before we get into the juicy stuff, let's start with something uncomfortable, shall we? Almost every brand says that loyalty is important. In fact, 99% of them in the report say that customer loyalty will matter to them over the next 2 to 3 years. Sounds great, right? Now here's the problem. 67% of customers say that brands treat new customers better than existing ones. And that gap between what brands say and what customers feel is where repeat purchases go to die. And it gets worse. Customers who feel this the most, they're the ones who buy every single month. Around 70% of monthly buyers believe that brands favor acquisition over retention. So the people spending the most feel the most ignored. So as you can see, that's not a loyalty problem, that's a visibility problem. Because here's the thing, customers are telling us very clearly in the report, they're ready to be loyal. Most shoppers already buy on a rhythm. 62% buy from their favorite brand every single month. Another 33% buy every few months. That's not impulse buying. That's habit. And what that means is that repeat purchases aren't something you have to convince people to do. You just need to know how to make the most out of it. And so with all of that said, here comes our checklist. Let's get into it. Number 1, use email as the main route for loyalty communication. This is the foundation, right? Because email is actually the #1 channel that customers prefer hearing from the brands that they love, which puts it ahead of social media, apps, and SMS. But here comes the most concerning part. Brands still rate social media as the most effective loyalty channel. And that mismatch creates confusion and noise. The checklist rule is simple. Email is the home of loyalty. Use it for rewards and points updates, VIP and status recognition, progress towards the next benefits, and replenishment and habit-based reminders. Other channels should support email, not replace it. Number 2, design loyalty around the monthly buying rhythm. According to our report, 62% of customers buy from their favorite brand every single month, and another 33% buy every few months. That means that most loyalty revenue comes from predictable routines and not one-off promos. Your program should reflect that. Replenishment reminders before they run out, easy reorders without browsing, and small loyalty signals built into those moments. And here is the key insight. The customers who buy the most are often the ones who feel the most under-recognized. So recognition has to be visible within these journeys. Number 3, turn willingness to share preferences into useful data. People will share simple preferences when the value is clear. 41% said they definitely would, and almost 50% said they probably would. So that's over 90% in total. So ask for 2 or 3 items you will actually use. Tell customers what will change after they answer and then reflect it in the very next message. Immediate payoff keeps trust high and reduces the need for broad promotions. Number 4, remove friction from the program quickly. This is where loyalty quietly dies, right? Because customers are actually very clear about what frustrates them the most. Rewards that take too long to earn and too long to redeem. Points expire too quickly, offers feel generic, and there's just too many promotions. And the worst part is that these problems hit monthly buyers the hardest, the exact customers who you want to protect. So the checklist here is practical. Shorten time to the first reward. Simplify earn and redeem rules. Warn customers before points expire, and replace mass promos with targeted messages. And start with your most engaged customers first, right? Because that's where impact is the highest. Number 5, add a VIP or recognition layer that goes beyond discounts. This is one of the biggest gaps in the report because almost 48% of consumers say that they're very likely to participate in a VIP or recognition-based system, and over 45.5% are somewhat likely. But on the brand side, only 12% report running VIP or experiment-based initiatives. So what does that tell you? That's not a small miss, that's a huge opportunity. VIP doesn't need to be complex or expensive, right? Start with the benefits that people notice fast. So, for example, early access, member pricing on rotating products, first-to-know drops, and priority support. And make recognition obvious, so for example in subject lines or dashboards and emails, so that customers don't have to hunt for value. Number 6, use automation for core journeys and then improve them monthly. Automation isn't optional anymore. 41% of brands run automated loyalty or retention campaigns regularly, and 47% do so occasionally. Keep the fundamentals live, including welcome emails, post-purchase, replenishment, win-back, and VIP recognition. Each month, test small changes for timing, subject lines, proof of quality, and the next best offer. And lastly, track lift against a small holdout so that wins are unmistakable. Number 7. Measure retention with the same care as acquisition. Only 18% of brands compare retention ROI with acquisition ROI. Most track repeat rate or lifetime value, which is useful, but it doesn't actually answer the budget question. So our advice to you is to add a simple retention view to your monthly reporting. So revenue from retained and reactivated customers, loyalty and reward costs, payback, and a clear retention versus acquisition ROI comparison. This is how loyalty earns long-term investment. Number 8, and lastly, match your retention plan to your brand size and maturity. Not every brand needs the same level of complexity, right? So for example, smaller and mid-sized brands can get the biggest lift by assigning clear ownership and focusing on a simple, valuable program anchored in email. So start with a handful of core journeys like the welcome email, post-purchase, replenishment, and win-back, and make sure that each one uses the preferences that customers have already stated. Keep the rules easy to explain and reward progress quickly. Larger brands already often have complex stacks in place with multiple mechanics and channels. Here, the priority is to simplify the program so customers can see the value at a glance and close the measurement gap between retention and acquisition, and make sure that your channel mix and VIP or experience-based benefits match what the customers actually say that they want from loyalty. And that is it, a full retention checklist on how to build stronger loyalty. If you want to go deeper on this, then the full 2026 customer loyalty report is linked below. It breaks down every stat, every gap, and every checklist item that we talked about today, plus the exact numbers behind them, straight from 2,400 shoppers and 600 brands across the health, wellness, and beauty industries. If loyalty is something that you're responsible for or something you're being asked to figure out this year, then this report will save you weeks of guesswork. And if videos like this help you think clearer about retention and life cycle and real growth, then hit subscribe and let us know in the comments if there's any topic that you'd like us to make next. But for now, I'll simply wish you happy marketing.